This is the Vsb TV 11 News for Thursday, May 15th. I'm Peter Cattell. Our top story. While work was underway on the site of the new acute care wing of the King Edward Hospital on Tuesday at around 4 p.m., a pipe on the 6th floor that was being tested began to discharge water. The contractor worked quickly and, as a precautionary measure, power to the north end of the building was switched off from the main electrical room and work was halted in the area. The contractor has assessed the situation and reported that there was minor water damage, which will be fixed. It is not expected to impact the building handover, which is 4 weeks away. Premier Craig Cannonier said today that he welcomed and supported any effort to ensure full transparency and accountability in connection with the so-called Jetgate affair. He said the inquiry by the executive of the One Bermuda Alliance, chaired by Thad Hollis, was approved with a view to clearing away doubts and questions that are distracting attention from the government's hard work to rebuild Bermuda's economy and the much-needed jobs that come with it. His comments followed another statement from opposition leader Mark Bean, in which he suggested that the Premier's own party was now beginning to accept that there may have been wrongdoing between Mr. Cannonier and American developer Nathan Landau. A court appearance is expected for a man who was arrested on Tuesday night by a vigilant police unit after he had attacked a resident who hails from another country as he walked along Elliott Street. In the sudden and unprovoked attack, which eyewitnesses claim was accompanied by xenophobic comments, the victim had his jaw broken and is currently in the King Edward undergoing surgery. The family of the victim, who has lived in Bermuda for 30 years and holds a PRC, wished to thank the bystanders who came to his rescue and the police for their speed in attending the scene and locating the alleged attacker. Dr. Jamie Bacon, the researcher who discovered that deformed toads were being born in Bermuda as a result of vehicle emissions, road runoff, and motor oil, wants to set the record straight. Despite recent publicity, she has never linked pesticides with the amphibians' plight. But she did test the toxicity of 13 pesticides being used around ponds in an effort to see if they were responsible for the deformities in toads. We did find, she says, that some, particularly fungicides, were quite toxic, and we advised the golf courses and the Department of Environmental Protection of this and suggested alternatives. End quote. Dr. Bacon also confirmed that there were 2 instances where unique deformities in toads at 2 golf course ponds appeared to be linked to particular pesticides. This information was also given to the golf courses and environmental protection, and alternatives were suggested. SunPower executives from the United States are holding talks here with government officials and financial executives. The talks will focus on the recent announcement of its partnership with Google to create a $250 million fund designed to finance residential solar power rooftops. Among other things, the SunPower team will explore how this could be leveraged in Bermuda. Under the leasing program, the SunPower Google joint venture company will purchase solar panels and lease them for a cost that is typically lower than a customer's normal electricity bill. Struggling to finance its emergency housing programs after the recent budget cuts, the Salvation Army of Bermuda has decided to let its sponsors know how their donations are being spent and what its immediate needs are. To achieve that purpose, it is holding an open house on Monday next at the Harbor Lights Center on King Street between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. for anyone interested in how the organization functions. Executive Director of Community Services, Beverly Daniels, spoke to Vsb News' Brian Darby.
The primary purpose for Monday is to give our donors, our supporters, and the general public an opportunity to come in and just have a look behind closed doors, normally closed, to see just what we offer here, not only at Harbor Light, because we will be showcasing our entire community social services sections. Persons coming will get to see where the men who are resident here, where they sleep, our kitchen, our eating quarters, but they will also get to hear how our chaplain interacts with them. They will get to see how emergency housing is incorporated into this program because it's a full circle. Our street ministry will be on display, and persons coming will get to sample some of the wonderful soup we hand out, as well as some sandwiches and some treats. So we want people to know that we are about the business of saving lives, restoring lives, and making an impact in the community.
It's a good PR move, isn't it? Because we don't often get to see inside the work you do.
Yes, it is. We are looking to share, but we also want people who partner with us, who volunteer with us, who might not know the entire story, to get an opportunity to know what a great organization that they are a part of.
If the bags of dead chickens that are being dumped regularly on the rocks at the old St. George's Bridge are any guide, someone is carrying out a private war against feral chickens that might constitute more than just a smelly health hazard. One caller to Vsb News this week said that you can smell the dumped carcasses from hundreds of yards away, and that there appear to be a dozen new bags each containing a dozen or so dead birds that wild animals seem to be feasting on. One caller asked anyone passing the Stokes Bay Road location to keep an eye open for whoever is conducting the illegal dumping and call the police if they see anything untoward. A 23-year-old man appeared in magistrate's court on charges of stealing almost $2,000 from his employer. Zane Hodgson pleaded guilty to stealing $1,900 in July of 2013. He also pleaded guilty to stealing and using checks that did not belong to him, as well as dishonestly obtaining almost $1,800 by presenting the fraudulent checks. He was further charged with stealing cash out of his employer's purse during the time he was employed by Eve's Cycles. He pleaded not guilty to that charge. Hodgson was remanded in custody and will reappear at a later date for sentencing, as well as a trial for one of the charges. Still ahead on the TV 11 News is Rachel with the weather preview.
Thanks, Peter. Fair weather into the weekend. I'm taking a look at the radar. Not much activity, so expect a dry night, but please stay tuned for the full weather report later.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb TV 11.
It's barbecue time. Purdue Fresh Value Pack Chicken Thighs, only $1.99 per pound. Imported Haitian mangoes, just $2.99 each, saving you $1. Save 60 cents on all varieties of Hunt's barbecue sauce, only $1.89 for an 18-ounce bottle. Dozen large imported brown or white eggs, just $2.89. All varieties of Wise potato chips, only $1.49 for a 3.75-ounce bag. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
Next year, we're conducting the census, and now we have the new technology to do it even better. But we need your help in making sure the e-census will be ready to go. From May 21st through June 24th, we're pre-testing the e-census with 1,000 randomly selected households. If you receive this letter, you are part of that test. It's convenient, secure, confidential, and it is your civic duty, because people count. A message from the Bermuda Government Department of Statistics.
The following vignette was taken from Bermuda 5 Centuries by Rosemary Jones and other local history sources, and is sponsored by Belco, the power to save, Lindo's, why go anyplace else, Gosling's, Bermuda Investment Advisory Services, and Colonial Insurance.
Only the blind and prejudiced will not agree that the progress has been great, and only the blind and the prejudiced will not agree that there is much more to do. Sir Henry Tucker, May the 20th, 1968.
Last month, hundreds of people took part in Bermuda's Triple Challenge, which was a 3-day adventure involving obstacle courses throughout the island. The event was sponsored by Butterfield & Dallas, ACE, and Chris Global, and the purpose of the Triple Challenge was to not only have fun, but also to raise money for charities. This afternoon, organizer Reed Robinson, along with the sponsors, presented a check in the amount of $33,000 to the various charities.
What we did was we had 8 charities help us to run the event. And what they did is they provided us the volunteers to marshal it and to get the registration and everything. And what we had the participants do is raise money for the local charities. And in total, we actually raised $33,000 that we're going to give to them today. So, and I'll just get Dr. Glenn Ferries to list out the charities that were involved.
So there were 8 charities that were involved, and I'll go from east to west. For the Butterfield and Vallis Urban Foot Race, appropriately, the organizations that are the recipient of the funds that were raised, the funds for that portion of it, are the East End Primary PTA and St. George's Preparatory School. So nice and local. For the Chris Global Island Challenge at the Regiment and on the beaches, the charities benefiting from that are the New Beginnings Educational Trust, the Sunshine League, and Somerset Primary PTA. And then the charities that were benefiting from the Ace Royal Challenge up in Dockyard on Sunday are the Bermuda Insurance Institute, Raleigh International Bermuda, and Knowledge Quest.
One of the charities that benefited from the monies raised was Raleigh Bermuda. A Raleigh Bermuda representative spoke to Vsb News about her charity and how they intend to use the funds.
We are a non-profit local charity that works with young people between 17 and 25 who are at a crossroads of their life, looking for something different within themselves and outside of themselves. It's a year-long program that culminates in a 10-week expedition overseas to either Tanzania, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, or Borneo. But we do a lot of local training first. The training is not just about expeditions and learning to be tough in the outdoors, but it's about looking inside and learning about who they are, what their strengths are, how they relate to themselves, to each other, and to the community. So it's a real intense program for young people between 17 to 25 years of age.
And what does the charity intend to do with the funds?
To continue to support our young people. The program is for young Bermudians, 17 to 25, so we really want to make sure that we increase the program numbers, increase the service, and be able to reach those, especially those who are on the fringes of our community, who are really looking for something different and want to find out more about themselves.
Now, here is the Reinsurance Business Report presented by Bermuda Re.
Bermuda Reinsurance News, brought to you by Bermuda Re. ACE Group has announced the launch of an exclusive mobile application that provides travel assistance services for its international casualty insureds doing business overseas. The ACE Travel app represents an innovative step forward in mobile technology for international travelers. Aspen's U.S. Insurance Division has appointed Roxanne Mitchell as Executive Vice President and Chief Casualty Officer. Mitchell has a 35-year industry career with nearly 20 years at Lexington and most recently served as President of Excess and Surplus Lines at XL. Catlin Group has recorded good quarterly results with broad-based growth across all business lines. Gross premiums written by Catlin increased during the period by 9.3% to $2.01 billion, compared with $1.84 billion for the quarter in 2013. AM Best has downgraded trouble insurer Tower Group's financial strength rating from B Fair to C++ marginal. The rating action takes into consideration Tower's most recent Security and Exchange Commission 10-K filing, which included an additional $63 million of prior year reserve development. Third Point Re is to continue with its current business plan in spite of a difficult first quarter. The company reported lower income for the period due to reduced investment return and lower premiums written in the current challenging market. Finally, Excess has announced that Joe England has been appointed Chief Underwriting Officer within the International Division of Excess Insurance. This is a new position that will report directly to Mark Gregory, CEO of the International Division of Excess Insurance. That's Bermuda Reinsurance News, brought to you by Bermuda Re.
Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. Global equity markets fell and safe haven U.S. and German government bonds rose on fears over Russia and Ukraine and in response to underwhelming U.S. and European economic data. North American indices retreated on disappointing economic data and on fears over the outcome of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The Dow Jones declined 1% to 16,447. Bank of N.T. Butterfield declined 0.5% on the day, with 4,390 shares trading hands. Keytech rose 3.99% to $4.95, with 200 shares traded. BF&M was unchanged on the day at $18, with 600 shares trading hands. European indices retreated today. The German DAX dropped 1.01% to 9,656, as reports showed industrial production in the U.S. unexpectedly dropped last month, and the economy of Eurozone grew at a slower than expected pace in the first quarter. Pacific Rim indices had a mixed performance today. The Shanghai H Index declined 1.12% to 2,025 on concern a slowdown in China's economy will hurt earnings. The Nikkei 225 dropped 0.75% to 14,298. Latin American indices retreated. Brazil's Vsb declined 1.16% after reports showed the retail sales trailed estimates in March. Argentina's Merval dropped 1.76% to 6,779. Bond yields declined today as speculation of increased monetary accommodation in Europe added to pressure on traders betting on higher U.S. interest rates. The U.S. 10-year Treasury yield dropped 4 basis points to 2.5%. The U.S. dollar declined against most major currencies. The yen rose versus all of its major peers as reports showing a weaker than forecast European gross domestic product and an unexpected decline in U.S. industrial production fueled concern about the pace of economic growth. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. There's more news after the break.
Save $4 on imported seedless watermelons, just $10.99 each. Certified Angus beef top sirloin steak, only $8.99 per pound. All varieties of Breyers ice cream, just $7.89 for a 48-ounce tub. Clean up this holiday with Bounty napkins, only $4.89 for a package of 200. All varieties of Yoplait yogurt, just $1.09 for a 6-ounce tub. Have a safe and happy Bermuda Day holiday from the marketplace.
You can count on us. Are you paying more than one provider? More than you should? Why? Prepare to be wowed! Voice, long distance, high-speed internet, TV, and HD TV. One package, one stop, one customer care level. Excellent! One bill! Enjoy local and long-distance minutes, TV and HD TV, your choice of internet speed, and so much more. From only $184.99 monthly for everything.
For more information, visit wow.bm or call 292-1969.
Are you frustrated and confused by complex online banking systems? The quickest, easiest way to pay bills is with EasyPay.
They're very good. They're excellent. I'd recommend them all the time. EasyPay is the easy way.
The whole reason I joined EasyPay is because of what the name stands for. It's very easy to pay.
I've been using EasyPay for over 10 years. It really is an easy product to use.
Bill payment doesn't get any easier than EasyPay. Email Dal at easypay.bm or visit easypay.bm.
Bermuda is an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda.
Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off.
Sign up to Bermuda and start saving today.
And here is a timely reminder that the Bermuda Hospital Charitable Trust will be holding a telethon tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. to enable members of the community to phone in a donation towards the cost of the acute care wing at the King Edward. In an act of generosity, the Kiwanis of Bermuda and Berkeley Institute Key Club today donated $1,040 for neonatal equipment for the new emergency department. The telephone numbers for the Friday telethon are 298-0151, 298-0152, and 298-0153. The sports report is up next after the break.
Bermuda Cablevision invites you to attend an inspiring concert called To Bermuda with Love. This uniquely Bermudian family event will be held at the National Sports Center on Sunday, May 25th at 5:30 p.m. The concert will benefit Cablevision's Open Hands Loving Hearts food drive, which collects and distributes food to charities across Bermuda who are running feeding programs for the needy. Start celebrating Bermuda Day early with performances by some of Bermuda's most talented entertainers, including gospel artists, children's groups, choirs, jazz musicians, and more. There is no monetary admission fee. However, you are asked to bring 3 non-perishable food items per person to donate to the Open Hands Loving Hearts food drive. Everyone is invited to come out and enjoy this one-of-a-kind family evening, which will inspire and uplift you while you help a very worthy cause. See you on May 25th.
Bermuda is me.
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 Bermuda is all of us. Happy Heritage Month from Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Sports Minister Wayne Scott may have missed out on the Charybdis triumphs of Bermuda's track and swimming stars, but he is determined to make it to Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games. When asked about the focus that he would like to see brought to Bermuda's sports, he had this to say.
I need to be there as the minister. Of course, because of logistics, I wasn't able to personally go and support the Charybdis athletes for track and field in Martinique and swimming in Aruba, but I will definitely be in Glasgow, Scotland to support our troops.
Do you think we're doing quite well in terms of keeping the standards up and being able to go to Olympics, Charybdis, Commonwealth Games with a certain amount of pride and to a certain amount of chance of getting medals?
Oh, definitely. I think we're doing very well. I mean, Bermuda has so much talent with regards to our athletes. If you just look at what our Charybdis athletes just did, I mean, part of the statement I read this morning, you've got a high jump record that Nikki Saunders did 25 years ago or so that still stands today. It's amazing. So, you know, we do have extraordinarily talented people here in Bermuda. We've been doing great on the international stage, and I really anticipate us coming back with some medals from Commonwealth this year. Would be great.
Cricket and football are the next target.
Yes, well, you know, we do very well there as well, and I think if you see, for me, the focus, and I don't want to step on toes here, but as a country, I actually believe our focus should be on the youth development, not necessarily Olympics and such. We'll get there, but if our focus is on our youth development, as we see with, you know, the young kids now going to IMG, getting picked up by schools and the such, I think that's where our focus should be, because we have a large pool of talented kids that can get out and scholarships, full rides or partial scholarships, which will enable them to not only become educated, but to continue to practice their craft while they're actually getting education. In a worst case scenario, we end up with a more disciplined population that's, you know, more educated, more disciplined, and more fit. And of course, by default, you will have those 1 or 2 stars that continue to shine and make their way up to the Olympics, which is still an aspirational goal, but the primary focus should be on that youth development.
Several of the world's most promising tennis players will compete next month in the ITF Junior Championships at the W.E.R. Joel Tennis Stadium. The president of the Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association, Coleridge Place, and major sponsor David Lang of the Bank of Bermuda Foundation spoke to Mike Sharp about the event.
We're happy again to be along with the Bank of Bermuda Foundation, who is our principal partner, and we're along with KPMG, which is our title sponsor, and we have a few other sponsors. So this is a good time of the year, and like I said, the phones are ringing and the buzz is in the air for the tournament. We're actually going to be in our 11th year, and it's got quite a good build up to it. We've got at least about, I would say, 100 or so entrants so far, and at the end of the deadline, which would be May 27, we would know exactly who will get in the tournament, because they will start dropping out, and and new people will be entering. But it's very exciting.
Sure. Mr. Lang, once again, the foundation involved.
We are happy to be partners with the Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association for this 11th time, and we hope to continue that partnership for a long time to come. Tennis is a growing sport, I think, and certainly the numbers of young people coming to Bermuda has been increasing steadily over the years. The weather's improving. It's going to be a great tournament.
Yeah, and I think the local players are getting excited now. I mean, we just had a tournament the other day, and they're starting to shine, so I think we could see something good in our local entry this year as well, so it should be great.
The Bermuda Marathon Derby executive has announced that as of next year, like Cup Match, the race will start in St. George's and then Somerset the following year. This will give those in the eastern parishes a chance to view the runners heading to Bernard Park. Only spectators in the West End have enjoyed that luxury for the past several years. The weather report is next, after the break.
Hi, I'm Peter Givetic, host of Season to Taste. Tune in on Tuesday night during the Vsb Tv 11 News. I'll be here with Norma Cross from Outerbridge's Sherry Peppers, and she'll be preparing this lovely pork dish with Outerbridge's barbecue sauce, and find out what the Gosling's wine of the week is.
Tuesday during the Vsb Tv 11 News.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. Our weather shot is brought to us by Peter Clark this morning, taken at Warwick Long Bay. Absolutely beautiful start to the day, and that is Rocky running through the water. What an athlete, what a champ. But thank you, Peter. This shot is absolutely beautiful. The seascapes, the colors, absolutely gorgeous. Kick off just another beautiful but slightly cooler day today. Temperatures for today, we had a high of 73 at 2 in the afternoon and a low of 69 at 5 in the morning. Current conditions, 71 degrees, humidity 80%, winds easterly 12 to 18 knots, and barometric pressure is steady at 30.28 inches. Rainfall index for the month of May, 1.3 for a yearly total of 22.33. Yearly normal starting to catch up at 20 inches. And taking a look at the satellite. A weak frontal boundary passing across the area from the northeast may produce a shower or two into tonight. High pressure to our north brings drier conditions and moderate easterly winds into the weekend. A weak frontal boundary produces a few showers on Sunday. And if you're traveling, let's take a look at the gateway cities. Atlanta, mostly sunny, 70. Boston, mostly cloudy, 71. Charlotte, mostly sunny, 74. London, partly cloudy, 72. Miami, 83, mostly cloudy. New York, 72, rain. Orlando, 83, partly cloudy. Philadelphia, 72, rain. Toronto, partly cloudy and 55. And Washington, rain and 74 degrees. And back at home tonight, partly cloudy with a low near 67. Winds easterly, 12 to 18 knots. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high near 75. Winds easterly, 10 to 15 knots. Marine tonight, no warnings. Seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef, 3 to 5 feet. And the sea surface temperature is 76 degrees. Marine tomorrow, seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef, 3 to 5 feet. High tide will be at 10:50 in the morning, and low tide will be at 4:22 in the afternoon. And taking a look at the 5-day forecast. Friday, partly cloudy, high near 75. Saturday, increasing cloudiness in the afternoon, high near 74. Sunday, partly sunny, a chance of a few showers, breezy, high near 73. And Monday, mostly cloudy with showers and a high near 70. Thank you to Jeremy Entwistle, our meteorologist for tonight, and everyone at the Bermuda Weather Service. I'm Rachel Sodden. Have a great evening.
Thanks for watching the TV 11 News. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited.
Vsb TV 11, Bermuda.